24 minutes before 11 o'clock. Joe Reichel is here to answer your questions about how the heck you're going to fix that thing that broke. Maybe you broke it, or somebody you know broke it, and you need some help. What do you need? Glue? Scotch tape? Nails? Thumbtacks? Special
Velcro.
Tools, or maybe a professional to help you out. Joe, of course, is one of the owners of Damage Control Services, and that's what they do for a living. They are all over town fixing people's homes. I just heard Joe telling Joe Martone about a home that he was fixing that got run into by a car.
Actually, that's the Be Personal
Not good.
And Marianne's uniforms on Magnolia. They're not Magnolia.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was a commercial
Oh, wow.
building that was run into by a woman. She accidentally hit the gas instead of the brake and ended up running into the building and broke the exterior wall, and then the inside messed up
Wow.
the fitting rooms, or
Wow.
what do they call it? Changing rooms
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have. So we've cut the broken block out. I don't think I've posted any of those pictures on Facebook yet, so I'll have to do that. But cut the broken block and fix that, and then on the inside, have totally redone the fitting rooms.
Wow.
So
You know, everyone-
dressing rooms. I guess they're called dressing rooms.
We've all seen the house or the business that is on a curve, that if a car just decided not to follow the curve, it would go straight through.
Yep.
And we've all seen the gigantic stones that people will put there to prevent that.
Stones or railroad ties.
Wow. Have you ever built something like that for somebody just to block?
We have not.
No.
We've repaired buildings that have,
Obviously, yeah.
that have had problems with people running through them like that. But
This totally unrelated. This morning we were talking about scams. The Federal Trade Commission asked the media to talk about National Scam Alert Week or something like that.
Okay.
And so when you go to the Federal Trade Commission, it shows you other things besides scams. And one of the things was energy savings, and you had been talking about it.
yeah, the evestflorida.com.
And apparently, when you use a space heater, you're using way more electricity than if you just simply had a full house heating system of some
Right.
sort. Yeah.
Yeah, the economical part of it isn't there, but a lot of times, and that's where you've got to, figure out, are you using that as your primary heat, or are you just using it to maybe take the chill off? And a lot of times people, especially getting ready for work in the mornings or in the bathroom,
Right.
they just turn the space heater on just to warm up the room while they're taking a shower or whatnot. So, I mean, that's I think different versus using it all the time. But speaking of that, if your house you're having a hard time keeping it heated or cold in the summertime, it might be good to check and see if you need to get more insulation in the attic. If maybe you need to do get some better quality windows in the home, because that's where you lose the heat and the air.
And the dollar amount was amazing when you looked at it. It was let's see, between 2007 and 2012, the average home in America spent more than $700 on heating using natural gas and $1,700 using heating oil, which I don't know that I understand the difference. But when you go down the list and you look at the other saving things, if you are not properly insulated or the seals aren't proper, you actually spend more money heating than it would cost you to fix the thing in the first place.
Yes.
Which is
and
interesting.
then you're saving money on your heat bill, and in the future on your electric bill, whatnot. So
if it cost, how much would it cost to fill an attic with insulation?
I mean, you could be looking as a couple $100, depending on really what you
Wow.
needed.
And you would save, according to this,
$500 would probably be a good starting point, and then you're looking at probably could spend more than that. So
and according to this, you would save at least that in 6 months.
oh yeah, yep.
Both in heating and in air conditioning. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's something we don't realize, when we think about the expense of something.
It's it's in the attic. You don't see it.
And I can't afford that right now. I can't afford $500. But guess what? You're going to spend it over the course of 6 months. Or more than that, yeah.
Well, we were talking this morning. I was talking with an insurance agent, and he was telling me about an example where someone got checked on their coverages,
Right.
and they were able to save $600 over the course of a year on this one person's policy just by making some changes, and they ended up with better coverage. So,
Isn't that crazy?
and that's where, it's always good to check with your insurance, make sure that you're covered properly, make sure that, anything that you can do to help the quality of your home, it's worth doing.
And you have a phone call. Joe Reichel, again, is your host. The number is 622-9622. Good morning. You're on the air with Joe Reichel.
Yeah, morning, Joe and guys.
Good morning.
See, Joe, living up north most of my life, on the roofs, other than a ridge vent only, you see a lot of different venting on roofs up there because they want to keep the heat out of the attic in winter so it doesn't melt the snow on the roof that causes large icicles and wrecks the gutter and everything else. And now I'm planning on re-roofing down here eventually. Would it be a good idea to have extra venting other than just the ridge vent? Because you don't see that very much, if at all.
Well, it would definitely be beneficial to you. The more that you can do to get the heat out of the attic in the summertime, the better off you're going to be. And there are several different versions of that. As far as roof vents, a lot of what people are using nowadays is the solar ones, and basically it's about 2-foot circle, and it sticks up about 8 inches from off of the roof, and that 2-foot circle has a solar panel on the top of it, and when the heat or when the sun's rays hit that, it turns on that solar or on that fan, and it's sucking the hot air out of the attic. That's one version of them. And we always recommend putting as much roof vent on the roof as you can in order just to get that out as far as, your ridge vent or whatnot. So the better you can, the better that you, or the more and the better that you can do that doesn't sound right. The more the better. That didn't come out of my mouth right.
That's funny.
The more you can do, the better, and the more beneficial that will be for you in the long run as the homeowner.
Yeah, I know walking around where I live here, of course everybody's got a ridge vent, but you never see anything more than that.
Well, and that's where, a lot of times, like the newer ones right now are what I'm talking about, and a lot of people are putting them on in addition to the ridge vent. So, yeah. And a lot of times people are using attic fans as well, and those get installed in the gable ends of a home, yeah. And that will suck the air out of the attic as well. And a lot of times they're set up on a thermostat, so once the attic temperature rises to a certain point, then that turns on and sucks air out. So
yeah. That solar one you were talking about, when it gets warm up there, it turns on. Wait, is that run electrically then?
No, it's just off solar.
It's just off of solar?
Yep, it's a solar.
What happens, let's say, if like in the summertime when it's hot all the time, every day around noon, it starts to cloud up, and you either got a rain or a thunderstorm down the block, but it's cloudy. Wouldn't that be kind of not working then?
It doesn't take much at all to get that turned on, and then when it is cloudier, you're not getting as much heat build up in the attic as well anyway. So, does
it store like energy from the sun, and then is that how it runs the motor? I'm
not sure exactly. It wouldn't be hard to look up and find out exactly, but I know once they get a little bit of daylight on them, they're doing their work. So.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds really good. I'm going to look into that because down here with the extreme heat, you want to remove the heat, but like I said, back up north, you want to remove the heat too because you don't want the snow melting.
Exactly.
That causes big ice jams, and that can cause roof damage too.
Well, and that's that. I'm glad you brought that up because that goes into something I wanted to talk about today. A lot of time. Thank you for the call, by the way, and the questions. A lot of times, this time of the year, this winter, we've had a lot more rain than we typically get.
Yeah.
We've had a real wet season. and wet winter so far, and a lot of the leaves are falling off your oaks, particularly as the new vegetation's coming out, and so want to encourage homeowners to get your gutters cleaned. Check the valleys of your home, anywhere on a roof where your trees, the debris can build up. That's going to be causing potential leaks in the future, as that traps that water underneath and deteriorates. So it's definitely good to check the roofs out and make sure you can get all that cleared out.
Joe, we need to take a little break. The phone lines are open, by the way, if you want to speak to Joe Reichel right now. The number is 622-9622. We'll take a little break and be right back.
The weather was brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. After some morning clouds and fog patches, we'll see sunshine returning today. The wind will be picking up, our high 64 to 68. Then clear and colder tonight with a diminishing wind, lows ranging from 39 in the coldest inland spots to about 50 on the coast. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, the high 63 to 67. And on Thursday, mostly sunny, high 68 to 72. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. It's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Let's face it, nowadays it can be hard to find American-made products, and that's something that Cabinet Sales of North Florida is well aware of. That's why they're an authorized dealer of Wellborn Cabinetry, family-owned and American-made since 1961. Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your answer for complete turnkey kitchen remodels and whole house cabinetry. Their cabinets are finished with solvent-based enamels for a long-lasting finish that's second to none. Available in an incredible selection of door styles and colors to choose from to turn your dream kitchen into a reality. In-house design and drawing services are available. Come by and see our displays for yourself at the Floors of the Villages, 3935 County Road 216 in Oxford, or Exquisite Design Kitchen and Bath in Bellevue, right across the street from the Bellevue Library. So whether you're looking for bookcases, kitchen, bath, or outdoor kitchen, Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your one-stop source of quality cabinets. For a free estimate, call 352-427-2647. That's 352-427-2647. Cabinet Sales of North Florida.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance, someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Visit George Mangan Insurance in Ocala today at www.manganinsurance.com. All right, 10 minutes before 11 o'clock. Joe Reichel is here. And Joe, you have a phone call. Good morning. Thank you for calling in, for waiting.
Yes, no problem. I love WOCA. Anyway, quick question for Joe. When we first moved to Ocala, we did new insulation, windows, hot water heater, HVAC, all that good stuff. But it's been 5 years. The insulation in the attic looks like it's kind of settling down. Would it be a good idea to put more in or replace it?
Well, it's always a good idea to check it, you can have that checked. There's several insulation companies that we work with that come out and take a look at it. If it's only been 5 years, it probably more than likely will be okay still. I wouldn't worry about it so much, but if there's noticeable settling up there, it might not hurt. It wouldn't ever hurt to have it checked.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure because once the energy company changed names, all of a sudden we seem to be using more of it. So I thought it might be something we could do. You know,
Well,
to help
I mean,
out.
and there again, that I know they do those energy audits, so you could have that checked. But I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have it checked, just to get an opinion on it. Have an insulation company come out and take a look at it.
Okay.
And if you called me, after the show, I can give you some names of people that we use and recommend.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the
Thank you.
question.
Yeah, good question. Thank you for the call.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you. And 5 years does seem like a long time, but I guess when it comes, some things it's not, some things it is.
Yeah, I mean, 5 years if you've just had it done. I mean, with insulation, that wouldn't be
Really?
something that's. No, I think you'd
And are
be
all
okay with it.
insulations the same, or?
No, not all insulation is the same. I'm assuming what she has is a blown-in insulation, and that would settle over time.
Is that like shredded newspaper? Is that what it looks like?
Cellulose is what some of it, and it's what some of it used to be made out of. I'm not sure if it still is. Or
I
not.
remember that in my mom's attic. And what I remember about it was that there were areas you could crawl. It was big enough to be in. And there were areas that were literally only 10 inches tall that you had to get a hose in there and blow it in there.
I've worked on several projects, used to volunteer, do some work, and we had done insulation like that. We go up in there and fill it all in.
Yeah,
It was kind of cool.
And you do have another phone call. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air with Joe.
Yeah, hi, Joe. This is Hugh again with a real quick one. Talking about installation, I'm going to be putting in a new water heater soon. What do you think about these insulation wraps for water heaters now with the newer water heaters being so highly efficient, and they probably have a lot of insulation in them themselves? But what is your thinking on having a wrap on that?
I know they make them for that in order to help, and I think they're primarily for the older ones, like you were saying. The newer ones have a better insulation. I know some people say that causes them to sweat, and then to causes some problems that way. I couldn't honestly debate the situation one way or the other. I know a lot of the older homes, people, the older ones, people use them a lot for that. If you're putting in a new one, I probably wouldn't. But who I would talk to, I would have, for us, we'd have Mike Scott Plumbing come out there, put in a new water heater for you, and that would be a great question to ask ask them when they're installing them. I know they sell them. I don't know if if there's a good reason for them to do them or not.
Maybe over a period of time, it might save you a couple of bucks, but then you have the cost of the wrap itself, and it might not really make that much of a. I don't know. I was just. I'm going to be putting one in here soon. I was just. I remember up north, it was kind of a common practice to have your water heater wrapped up, especially if it was located like in a garage or something because of the cold winter.
That was
down here, it's a different story.
I was just getting ready to say that too. It depends a lot where your water heater is located, probably, and a lot of times, people have them in a closet inside the home or something like that. So.
Yeah.
That wouldn't get the temperature variations like your garage would, or I know even some of them have them outside the home.
Exactly, yeah.
A little room off the house. A lot of the older homes have them like that. So, it really depends where it's located and whatnot.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Excellent. Thanks for the call.
By the way, when you mentioned Mike Scott Plumbing, you reminded me that we have a question for you.
Okay.
Robin and I.
Is this from Sean?
Well, it's from. We saw the Mike Scott Plumbing sign.
Okay.
At the site where they're building something oh wow, gosh, what was the name of the restaurant? Barn Hills used to be on Silver Springs Boulevard. Mm-hmm. They tore down that building and now they're building something new.
Yep.
What are they building? Do you know?
I do not. Is that the question?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, because we saw Mike Scott Plumbing. I know you're not Mike Scott Plumbing, but
I was just going to point that out.
But you guys are close. I didn't know if you knew.
If you'd asked me earlier, I could have looked it up.
Oh, okay.
I still could text them, but not during the show. I can't.
Oh, okay,
okay. We can find out for you, though.
I just wondered if it'd be another.
That building's going up pretty quickly.
It is. It is. It's a steel building. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
Yeah.
Steel frame. Yep. I'm not sure what it's going to be, though. I'm excited about it.
Well, we don't work over there anymore because we moved here.
Right.
But when we did, Barnhills was popular. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
That didn't last very long.
I know, it just didn't make sense.
A lot of people seem to be there.
Yeah. So, are you working on any restaurants right now?
No restaurants right now. We've got a lot of residential projects going. We've got finishing. One of them is a kitchen, bathroom, and the rest of the house is all tile. We're finishing that this week. We've got one house of trim. We did all new trim throughout, new flooring and a new trim.
Right.
So we've got several different projects going, but we had a fire last week.
Oh, wow.
A little commercial fire.
Yeah.
In a commercial building. Somebody had put a cigarette in a garbage can.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
In a bathroom, and ended up catching fire, and did a little damage in the. Not a lot of damage. The most of the damage was the sprinkler system that turned on and
So
caused a lot of water.
this trash can out here one day was smoking, and the lady in there had to come out and put out a fire. Somebody probably threw a cigarette in there or something.
Cigarette. Yep.
Wow.
So be careful with your butts.
Yeah. Any plans for the weekend? You got something going on?
No plans yet.
No.
Nope.
Just I know it's only Tuesday, but I only see you on Tuesday, so I can't ever ask you on Friday. What are your plans for the weekend?
I don't think I have any plans this weekend. I'm planning on controlling some damage.
Let me take a phone call. Then I was going to ask you your number. Good morning. You're on the air with Joe.
The building is supposed to be a Dollar Tree store.
Oh,
is that right? Okay.
That makes sense because Mike Scott Plumbing does all of the plumbing for those.
Oh, okay.
Have a good day.
Thank you. See, this is like Google. A microphone and a radio signal is like having Google.
I like it.
You can ask any question. Somebody will know the answer.
I need to come up with a good question one day.
Yeah? Like what?
I don't know. I can't think of a good question.
Like watch. You can test it out. Test it out right now. Just ask a question. Somebody will call in with the answer.
I'm drawing a
What
huge
is
blank here.
What does E equal MC squared actually mean?
What does it actually mean?
What the heck is that? What do you use that for?
Somebody would probably call in.
And why is that such a cool equation? Sounds like it requires a long answer, doesn't it?
It does. Probably not enough time because I only have a minute left.
I know. What is your phone number?
My phone number is 817-6574. That's kind of funny. I was giving my phone number as girls are walking
That's
by.
nice. That was a good, nice touch. Yeah.
My email is joe@damageflorida.com. If you have any questions, comments, things that I could help you with, please don't hesitate to call.
Yeah. Oh, and before you were on, when Bob Kennedy was here,
Right.
He was mentioning that sometimes the kitchen is the biggest selling point of a house.
For sure.
So if you want to remodel your kitchen, it doesn't have to be damaged. You just might want a new one. Call Joe and his guys, and they'll help you out.
We put in one of the kitchens that we're doing recently. We just put in the one of those no-touch faucets. And
No touch?
Yeah. Like you just put your hand under it and it turns.
Oh, I hate those.
Oh, they love it.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's like you move your hand 1 inch and it turns off.
Well, you gotta keep it under there.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Too funny. Call us if you need Joe's number repeated. And my advice, get one of his magnetic business cards, put it on your refrigerator.
You never know when you might need it.
You never know. You don't want to call for damage. You want to call for remodeling, though.
Yep.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Lillian Wu, the White House, and the parents of the American woman held by ISIS, confirming Kayla Mueller.